Oh, wow. All right, that works. I can see the music playing. All right, I can see it now. Dun 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 dun. Studio mode. Hello, Kami Buddhist. How are you? It's the new style. Yeah, I'm a little confused tonight. So yeah, there's all sorts of things wrong with this already, right? I know that, but I spent several hours like reading stuff and watching videos and trying to remember. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me now? Is this mic even on? Is the mic even on? Okay, it is. Very good. Yeah, but I've got some sizing issues. I need to get rid of the latest subscriber thing. There's a lot of stuff I need to do if I'm gonna keep this kind of weird. Well, it's not weird. It's just what I like. It's this red and pink and fuchsia and I don't know. I like it. But I have to understand make it less streamier. Does it seem more streamier now? It does, doesn't it? It seems like it seems more streamier. There's something to be said about the minimal corner and nothing else. Why am I hearing myself? Where am I at? I'm bleeding through somewhere. I should be bleeding through there. Oh, do you like it? Does it have better? You know, it does. It feels like a thing, right? Instead of like some boomer in the corner. Well, I still look like some boomer in the corner, but. Oh, you like it? Does it have better? But I am hearing definitely a playback and echo. Some boomer in the corner. Well, I still look like some boomer in the corner, but. Like I hear myself. I am hearing definitely. And I thought I had closed everything out. Yeah, is Comrade Kenny still on? Listen.
Stop the seizure
All
of
right,
basic
good. So
survival
Kenny's still on.
equipment, including.
I see Lectin's over there. Nice. All right, and his volume is working.
Selling are important. But if you
Here we go. I found it. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'll figure it out. But I liked. It was a free overlay. Owned.com. Yeah. The audio is cutting out every few seconds. Now I see it seems like the video is as well. It's possible that the animations in the overlay are overpowering my CPU.
This holiday at T-Mobile.
Is that possible?
iPhone 12 with 5G.
I think that might be what's going on. Can't be sure though. All right. What am I doing here? No more gameplay. I was gonna play a game, but I don't want to deal with it in case it crashes. Yeah, it could be bandwidth, but I am plugged in to the Ethernet with the Ethernet cable. So I don't think it's that, but I am on a refurbished machine. But you know, I'm a little bit worried about the aspect ratio here. It's still 16:9, I guess, but it's not taking up the whole window when I'm looking at my OBS. And now it just looks like the video area is going to be too small. Let's check it out. See how it looks and how it sounds. The first video played on my
Is capitalism bad for
on
you?
my new look.
Picture yourself as a laborer in a field picking turnips. You're compelled to increase your production. Perhaps you're worried about keeping your job. Perhaps you're worried that other people are working harder than you. The important thing is this: you have to pick more turnips. You can't stop now, no matter what. Where might this anxiety come from?
There,
For
let me fix that.
sociologist
Look at
Karl
that. I fixed
Emil
that.
Maximilian Max Weber, modern capitalism differs from Marxist theory. Workers are not simply alienated, they are
Now,
subject to
is
a
that
process
volume
that
level
strips
between
them of their very humanity.
The video and
For
what
Weber,
I'm
capitalism
saying?
is an
Are they-
iron cage that
am I just a
exposes
little above?
workers to incapacitating anxiety,
Salamander's
or to the
sweet.
accumulation of profit.
What's up?
Written in 1904,
Welcome.
The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism is Weber's attempt to explicate the ways that American-style capitalism grew from
He
a
said
specific set of
explicate.
beliefs, namely Calvinism. You see,
Fuck
the
Calvin.
Protestant
Fuck
ethic is a
Calvinism.
calling to work, a way of showing glory to God. The Calvinist is not just called to work, they are pressured via the fear of eternal damnation. And this has to cause some serious angst.
Fuck them Calvinists.
Beset by the expectations of a boss, working to finish a deadline, aching to make ends meet, struggling for everyday salvation, capitalism creates anxiety in its own right. Calvinists believed in predestination, or the idea that very few people are selected by God to gain admittance to the golden gates of heaven, while the majority of the world is condemned to hell forever. In order to ensure salvation,
Whap.
the Calvinist worked
Whap.
tirelessly, endlessly,
Nice.
without lavish possessions.
I guess it had
for
to
their
happen,
very
right?
Salvation was at stake.
It had
They
to happen.
showed their neighbors they were
Come for the
chosen through
8-bit
disciplined
communism.
work and
Stay for the
practice.
WAP.
Living with the pressures of Calvinism in a capitalist society
On a
makes it
very
difficult
special
to get up each morning and make the morning
Pinko
commute.
broadcast on a Friday
With
night.
modern capitalism, there is a similar parallel. Work hard and you will be rewarded. It is the mantra of picking yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah.
With Calvinism, capitalism found the perfect worker.
Obedient.
Protestantism's dedication to a calling, to the need to work for the glory of God, created an environment that paved the way for a workforce eager for eternal reward. Over time, the sacred practices of Calvinism, hard work, self-restraint, specific routine practices, efficiency, lack of idleness, all became the
God, I hate
defining
all that
traits of a
stuff.
Western work ethic.
Yeah. It's all
It's
trash,
the reason
too.
why Americans tend to work long hours, take fewer
Trash.
vacations, have short lunch breaks,
Trash.
and reserve Sunday for rest. It is the secular
Trash.
expectations of a workforce founded on religious
Trash.
principles. If ghosts are the remnants of past
That's what I think of. That's what I think of Calvinism and the Protestant work ethic. Trash. Trash. Trash.
entities, Protestantism haunts modern capitalism. We are left with the echoes of religious anxiety over the fear of damnation. Well, beloved viewer, if God helps those that help themselves, who does modern capitalism help?
Those that enforce it on us. There you go. We're kicking it old school tonight. Kicking it old school. 8-bit communism and such. Well, maybe not all night. Maybe not all night. How about we have a little democracy at work?
What are some of the kind of
Oh,
things?
this is a cutout from an earlier. Is this democracy at work? Oh no, this is a 7-minute. Yeah, this is so tonight is just random shit. Tonight is just random shit that I didn't get to earlier in the week during the political stream, and then I played around and I got a free overlay and I messed with it, the colors, and I thought, well, I'll just come and play around tonight. So come play around with me, and there ought to be some decent stuff to look at here. Just consider it my living room, and we're all self-medicating because of capitalism and COVID and climate crisis and the material conditions under which we suffer.
things, trends you're seeing internationally that have stuck out to you, basically, or best practices that we can kind of adopt
Oh, that
here
seems
and
quiet.
employ, or through the federations, or just through, activism that we can do on
Can we
behalf
see this?
of cooperatives?
Yeah, we can, right?
Yeah, I mean, unsurprisingly, it's probably all the things that you would imagine. I think that where we see
It seems a little heavy
the
on the
importance of
pink.
peer learning is,
Should I
is
change it?
listening to the stories about how something happened. So we know that a strong partnership with government, I was about to say progressive or left, but it doesn't always, it doesn't even have to be a left progressive government. Certainly the Franco regime in Spain was not progressive or left, and was responsible in a lot of ways for creating a favorable
get a new follower. Look at that.
cooperatives to flourish.
It works. The thing works.
Not necessarily through the best means. It was because
Salamander,
of a repression
sweet.
of
You're the
every
first
other
one
type of left organizing and
to
progressive
follow.
organizing.
Since I
so
put
they
this
were
thing
kind
together.
of the only game in town for,
Incoming, incoming,
so many
incoming.
decades. So I think, yeah.
Do we
like,
have
mapping
incoming?
out
And I
what
don't
some
have
of
a
those
I don't have one of
components
those
are,
I don't have a RAID.
having access to
Hang on.
data, metrics,
Hang
and
on a second.
information.
We're just gonna pause that for a second. I don't have since I have the new layover. I didn't have time to import the alarms and the notices, because this is kind of an informal stream where I'm just kind of messing around. But did Comrade Kenny come in? Very good, nice, good to see you, Kenny. Good to see you. Hey, listen, I listened. Who was it? Somebody was it? Maybe it was Lecton. Told me I should during my stream last night, or two nights ago, Wednesday night. Told me I should listen. I should play your. I should do a react to your stream, which is terms of service, right? Can't do that. But I went and I listened to the VOD. Man, you were on fire. You were like preaching. You were like, yeah. Yeah, it was Dorian actually that told me that. Yeah. Anyway, I was trying to sleep. I'm laying in bed and I got the headphones on. I roll over a little bit. But I'm still listening. I'm like, but I was so riveted, and you were just punching it. It's just such a. So anybody's in who doesn't know your stream oughta. Treble did a shout out, but anyway, good job. I think having more voices. I mean, there's plenty of voices that get heard enough. I think it's time for Marxist-Leninist voices to be heard, and people to take it seriously and engage with it rather than act like a petulant school. I don't know what the word is, but the not serious pretend leftist. They can be serious one day, and I hope they are. But we don't have to play that here.
A field or an ecosystem
thanks, Selectman. I didn't know that.
For education and training and technical assistance, making sure that there's access to capital and also diversified access to capital. So the strongest ecosystems are ones where there's not just like, hey, if you need money, I guess you can find it from this one place or this one government program, but to actually have a menu of options, just like any other small business that you know of. It's not
Antifa
that you
Bear.
just have to go through the Small Business Administration and some of the federal programs,
And
but there's
Tifa Bear.
a million and one ways, including now with venture capital and things like that. So how do we create an ecosystem of different kinds of community development financial institutions, direct investments, direct public offerings is one of the things that people have innovated in cooperatives in the last 10, 15 years, et cetera, even talking to traditional lenders and educating the equivalent of just a regular commercial bank to say, hey, actually, cooperatives are less risky. We get that your underwriting department doesn't necessarily understand them. So let's do that work to just sort of assuage some of their fears around it.
By the way, I didn't properly introduce this. I just let it play from what we were watching that had nothing to do with this. This is a cutout of a podcast. It's a 7-minute cutout. And the podcast is called All Things Co-op. And, co-ops aren't the answer. Revolution is the answer. Socialist revolution is the answer. It's coming, whether you like it or not. It's going to happen. Just just how it's just it is written. It is so. And we can talk about why sometime, but not tonight. This is a chill night. but co-ops are a great strategy. Um, I would if I could get back into work. I'm disabled right now. If I get back to work, yeah, I'll be looking for co-ops. And if I think anybody should be personally, I think they're great. And Democracy at Work and Richard Wolf and that crew do a really nice job of promoting its utility, but it's not going to solve things.
I think having in some
Yeah, I mean, societal decay is coming, and then we'll have the socialist revolution, right? You can't force it. You can't go all Spronson on. Nobody's going to start a civil war by shooting a couple randos that you don't like that you met on the internet.
countries, there's a lot more industry,
In
sort
a
of
video game.
lopsided industry that we're seeing. So, for example, if you just look just north in Quebec, there's a massive concentration of worker cooperatives. I mean, it's just huge there.
I did not know that.
I'm trying to remember if it's like a third of all the cooperatives in Canada, or maybe
Oh,
even
wow.
more than that, are just concentrated in Quebec. It might even be 2/3. I'm spacing on the specific
I
statistic.
bet there's a reason why.
And yet, it's overwhelmingly concentrated in the forestry industry, right? So people who are doing like timber, maple sugaring, like all sort of stuff related to that particular political economy. And then a ton of cooperatives who are EMTs, like their emergency services are driving around and they're all worker owners in this industry.
I have a theory as to why that is. I've never seen this, by the way, but the EMTs here in New York City are paid for shit. It is one of the, like, you have to do all this training and you have all this responsibility. Yet, you're getting minimum wage in New York City, $15 an hour, and no benefits because they're gonna keep you under 32 hours or whatever the law says. I've had a couple of friends that went through EMT training and spent a year or more as EMTs, and it's no good. But it's no wonder that EMTs are getting together and saying, "Hey, we can buy this company, or we can buy this company and we can turn it into a co-op." Particularly if the owner is ready to cash out, right? So that's happening here in New York in the livery car. We call it livery, but the black car service, the and then also the just they're cabs, they're Ubers and Via. There is now a co-op. Eric Fromm, in fact, I should probably pull it up on my Facebook page. I think I met him from the IWW years ago, and he was in one of the socialist organizations. Now I think he's in Socialist Alternative. But he started a worker co-op for taxi drivers. They're not yellow cabs, right? But for Uber drivers, generically Uber drivers. So how's that? For hire app. It's a cooperative. I promise you they're gonna treat themselves better. I promise you they're not gonna pay one person 30,000 times what they pay themselves because he's the CEO. They're not gonna pay somebody 50 times more than they pay themselves because he's the small business owner boss, right? Because they're not gonna do that, and everybody's gonna be happier. One person's going to need time off for Christmas, and the other's going to want time off for Hanukkah, and somebody else is going to want time off for winter solstice, and they're all going to work it out. Instead of the boss saying, right, making the decisions. Co-ops are fucking great. Anyway, so I didn't know Quebec had a bunch.
industry. And so it's like a massive number of the worker owners in Canada are concentrated in those industries. In Argentina, it's a lot of
I wish you would have said why.
manufacturing. Part of that was tied to the economic crisis at the end of 2001 into 2002 and the takeover of factories, where the workers themselves were like, actually, the banks aren't the only creditors. The government isn't the only creditor. We're creditors too. And if you're bankrupt, that's okay. We're going to seize your assets because you owe us. And so they cut the locks and said, actually, this is ours. We're entitled to that. And that was a big part of how they scaled. In Italy, especially in northern Italy, there's a massive concentration in service sector cooperatives. So they have these social co-ops that are sort of a hybrid of like sometimes religious, sometimes government programs.
There we go. That's
but it
better.
means almost everyone who's in kindergarten in northern Italy is in a social co-op, which is a worker where the worker owners are members.
That's a better look,
but
isn't it?
also some institution like the church or the local
That's a
government
better
is a stakeholder. And might be a minority stakeholder, or they might have like splitsies with the workers, 50-50.
Splitsies.
But it means that their ecosystem is just really different.
Right.
So having a sense of those kinds of things, like what does it look like to scale a particular model?
Thank you for the follow. I did not see that come
a
in.
certain industry is just really, really different. Our friends in the UK are starting to look to us in the US to learn about how we've done really innovative organizing for refugees in cooperatives,
I'd love
immigrants in
to
cooperatives,
seize the means.
including sometimes undocumented immigrants. And they're like, this is actually interesting. We have a similar demographic.
Undocumented workers. But yeah, seizing the means due to economic failure or economic decay, as the empire unfurls, unwhirls, unwinds, gets itself stretched too thin, as it just plunges itself into chaos because it has no solutions. It has no solutions to the capitalism in crisis, late stage capitalism, doing what it's meant to do. And here we are in the late innings, if not the last inning, right, of a fairly short ball game. I mean, capitalism, 300 years in and out? Well, I mean, we don't know how long it's going to be till it really goes out, but, it's only been 300 years, and it's already choking so hard. Feudalism lasted, 1,100 years, 1,300 years as a global system? And then prior to that, when slavery, the Romans and the Greeks, and 5,000 years. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we've had a egalitarian society that didn't center private property, the ownership of the means of production. It's been a long time. Yeah, and Equilib. And it's great to know that India has a chain that large with 400 branches, and it's co-op. It's fantastic. The idea that the co-op that most people that I run into think about is they talk about the one in Mondragon, the Mondragon Corporation, the city, the region. And I was at the Left Forum. It's a place where kind of DSA, Socialist Alternative, Undecideds, Greens, post-Democrats, but not necessarily Marxist-Leninists go. A lot of Trotskyists, a lot of, people that, you're not doing revolution right. Okay. Tell that to all the people that have been liberated or liberated themselves over the years. Tell that to tell that to the Haitians. They're not doing it right. Oh, they didn't vote hard enough. Okay. Is that a big co-op? What's the size on that? Is it, is that the, what is it? 92 Mondragon, I think, has 92,000. 92. No, I think it was, it's been a few years, but I think they're around 100,000 employees. They don't pay anybody more. The top person with the person that they vote in to guide this ship, to be the most, the final decision maker in a process, a democratic process from the ground up, that final person, they don't pay more than 30 times. It might have been 28, but it's, it's a reasonable, and, but at the Left Forum, some folks from Mondragon came. Democracy at Work was just kicking off. Like 300-400 people in the room. Fantastic discussion, and after Q&A and fact sheets handed out, and what a great way to like spread the word. They did such a fantastic job. But that was a few years ago. So anyway, that's let me go back to this. It's only about 6. Well, we're about 3. It's only got 2 minutes left. All Things Co-op. It's a cutout from a larger thing, but it's over at Democracy at Work, so it caught my ear.
And need in the UK, and we haven't quite figured it out.
Francis, that's a low quality bait. Thank you for playing. Yeah, I think the harder worker ought to have his ass kicked. The harder worker, the one that works so hard that he's fucking miserable. Yeah, I think we ought to kick his ass. We ought to order a code red. Order a code red on the asshole who works too hard, so the boss can buy another fucking car, another fucking yacht, so he can get recognized and promoted and be handed a smaller whip that he uses on the people below him. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. We can work and make what we need, make what we can use, make what we think we're going to use soon. We can do that without making sure that there's a whole class of people that have, trillions of dollars while other people don't have, clean drinking water. I think we can do that.
So they're just dipping their toe into it and launching their first batch of immigrant-run worker co-ops, and they're turning to what we've done in California, in New York City, in Eastern Massachusetts, in Philadelphia.
Oh, and just the other part of that, Francis, is do I believe an individual can be more productive than another? It doesn't matter whether I believe it or not. I think it's pretty objectively true. Some people are more productive, but you also have to say what your definition of productive means, right? And I think what capitalists call productive is trash. It's trash. It kills people. It kills people. What they prioritize as being productive kills people. And it puts more money in their pockets, and they don't care because they're trash. So yeah. Oh, I don't Francis, I don't think that. I look at that and I don't think it is in any way in good faith. It's such a trope. It's such a childlike trope that I like. You say it's in good faith, but I have a hard time believing that. So, I was being as nice as I could, but because you might be somebody who's never engaged in any of these conversations before. You might be that person, and great if you are. And we'll talk about these things. I'll be here regularly, usually not on Fridays. Friday, I'm usually doing something else, but I decided to come in here and throw down a couple hours and play with the new setup. Yeah, and being more productive, less productive, so I, those questions, and, get into social reproduction theory and all sorts of things. Yes, Francis. Yes, you got me. You got me to say yes. I think that some individuals can be more productive than other individuals. Like, except for, the individual on a ventilator that's been intubated, that's dying of COVID, that's laying in the hospital because capitalism, wouldn't prevent it because of the profit system. That person is super productive if you're just counting the reproduction of the virus in the lungs, causing them to drown in their own fluids. That person is super fucking productive. You couldn't outproduce them. So, production. Yeah. Yeah, X is more productive than Y. Who cares? So that's kind of the vibe around here. So if you're obviously, Francis, you're new here, and I'm fairly new too, right? So good to meet you. But yeah, look, I'm a communist, and most of the regulars in here are communists, or they're very close, or they're interested in learning. And one of the things that I don't want to do is do the 101 questions all the time when we're in the middle of something else already. But we should have whole nights, socialism 101, communism 101, that kind of stuff. And for that, I would bring in guests and have a Discord discussion and do a Q&A, from the chat. If y'all would like to do something like that, I would love to have, one or two, total of 4. I never want to see more than 3 other people on my stream on a Discord call. But something really, really, small like that, and do AMAs on Ask a Marxist Leninist anything, AMLA. I'm all for that.
Using some of that those models and approaches to organizing. Lastly, I think education and in the research sense. So having like a think tank was something that was missing in the U.S. And that's a big part of why one of the first things our board envisioned was creating our own think tank, Think and Do Tank, and why we launched the Democracy at Work Institute to be a place that could do that. Ultimately, the member dues-funded, labor-oriented organization should not be responsible for doing that level of much more heady, like white papers and like glossy policy briefs and data gathering. So we actually do that in partnership very closely with them as our sister organization. So we've
I like that.
I think going back to specifically Mondragon and some of the ways that they were able to scale.
Mondragon, there you go.
For the first 10, 15 years of our Worker Co-op Federation, we sort of studied them really intently and generations of people have been going to Mondragon since the 80s.
I want to go. I want to
them and then
I want to go to Cuba.
Here,
I want to go to Cuba first.
The Arizmendi
but I want to go to
Bay
Mondragon too.
Named after the Father Arizmendi Arrieta in Spain.
I got to turn the light down a little bit.
Who got that whole movement started. And they mapped out like there's a table of things that need to happen. It has legs. There's different pillars of it, including innovation, research, education and training, collective bargaining, advocacy, access to capital, creating their own sort of revolving loan fund. So these are all things that we've experimented with in different ways with our Worker Co-op Federation.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, so that was just a little cutout. One of the things that happens for me.
Grammarly does more than.
Oh, I must not be signed in.
There's some of the kind of.
Hold on, I gotta sign in clearly.
That have stuck.
I got to sign in. It signed me out again when I rebooted because I finally broke down and they paid the money to I didn't show you my password. I paid the money. I did it to get no ads. And I got my first overlay. It was free from ownedit.com. I still haven't quite figured it all out, but it's kind of cool. I'm going to learn about it. I really do like a really nice, like when I go to somebody's stream that looks really good. You know who has a good looking stream, though I never see them anymore? They've fallen off my radar, is Lottie Blix. Lottie Blix, the anarchist from Canada. Oh, do you spell overlay differently, Dorian? With an E? Oh my God. All right, I'm looking for something in particular that I know you're going to love. Should we watch the moon landing? The Chinese The Chinese landed on the moon? That would be cool. We could do that. And then we could just let it play into the next couple of things. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Life is life, and people come and go and do all sorts of stuff with their lives, and I wish them well. I like their stream, but I like the aesthetic. I love the what they had done with all of. I don't know. I was like, this is cool, but it looked way too busy for me to figure out. So this is as busy as I've ever been, but I feel it's a little streamy now. Yeah, I thought Road to Equality. Thank you for that. I thought maybe that was the case. Well, yeah, it's funny. Like when we're on, I mean, sometimes you can tell. Sometimes you can tell when somebody's really under the weather, under the influence, and not feeling well. Oh, is my audio doing that again? Audio bad again? Shit. All right, so I'm gonna look at the where I'm at here. I could be clipping. I'm gonna bring it down. What if I'm gonna bring the microphone down more like this? What if I talk more like this? Is this treble? How is it now, or is it back to robot? Is it back to robot? Good. I hope it sounds. I hope it sounds normal. Dun, 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 dun. No, it's not robot. Okay, good. Is this thing gonna land? Come on, land. Oh, it was cutting out. It was probably over modulating. If you notice, I have new headphones. So I have new headphones, and they're I'm going to turn the volume on this down. I have new headphones, and they're 250 ohms. And what that means is you need an amplifier between the Go LXR mixer, which has a preamp, but you need an amplifier to go into before it goes into the computer. So I need to buy a little $60 or $80 amplifier. I bought these. These are DD 990s. 990 Pro. They're open back, open ears. So some of that bleeds through. So people see, like I can hear the room. People are in the room, but they completely close the ears. But because they're open back, and it gives a much spatial awareness and understanding of all the different things that are going on. This is a brand new, check this out. I want to turn this up. I'm sorry I talked over the beginning of this. This is brand new from Guillotine Truck. Should we start this over? Come on now.
George W. Bush authorized 48 recorded drone strikes over his 8 years in office. Obama launched 52 in his first
Wait a
year
minute.
alone.
Say what? Say what?
Based not on fear.
Say what?
Authorized 48 recorded drone strikes.
Only
over his
48
8
recorded
years
drone
in
strikes?
office. Obama launched 52
Thank you, Lecton.
in his first year
It
alone.
feels so great.
You have to make decisions based not on fear.
So
but
comfortable.
on hard-earned wisdom.
He also authorized the killing of at least one U.S. citizen by drone strikes.
Anwar Abawaki. Abalawaki.
Yo, what the fuck are they yelling? 6-4 with the gangster lean. 6-4 with the gangster lean. 6-4 with the gangster lean. 6-4 with the
Yeah.
I don't slang up bang, I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing.
Drone
This
warfare
is
difficult to track
original music, by the way.
because the Pentagon
Original
won't
music
distinguish between
with some
unmanned
Eazy-E
and
samples.
traditional airstrikes in areas of active hostility. But last year, the administration released
The Guillotine
long-awaited
Truck.
information about drone strikes in 3 countries
on
where
YouTube.
the U.S. doesn't operate traditional air campaigns.
with the 6-4 gangster lean. The 6-4 with the gangster lean. 6-4 with the gangster lean.
6'4" with the gangster lean. Look at that motherfucker. 6'4" with the gangster lean.
Motherfuckers like it ain't no thing, 'cause I'm the
But under
Fuck that guy.
Obama, 473 strikes had caused roughly 2,500 deaths through the end
Right.
of 2015. But tallies from independent watchdogs
6'4" with the
number
gangster
of
lean.
drone strikes since the start
6'4"
of
with the
Obama's
gangster
term
lean.
at 540 and suggest the overall death toll may be nearer to 4,000.
This is a dope fucking track. I think it's got 3 views. I think this song's got 3 views on YouTube. Guillotine truck. 2 words. Guillotine truck.
Simply put, these strikes have saved lives.
Guillotine truck does all sorts of shit, but it's like grind. It's shit like this, grindcore, all this weird shit, man. And it's all original music. It's all.
I don't slang up bang, I just smoke.
Yeah, it's all using footage that has been collected or found on the interwebs or on DVDs, on VH1, VHS tapes, like massive collection of pretty badass images. Somebody that actually understands what they've got, and they're put it all together with music that has been collaborated over the internet. This is my understanding. I want to hear the first 2 minutes again.
I don't slang up bang, I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing.
As a candidate, Barack Obama promised to end the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. But over the course of his term, the number of countries in which the U.S. has military involvement expanded from 4 to 7, leaving office as the only president to serve 2 full terms during war.
I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing.
Obama did pull troops out of Afghanistan and Iraq, but even as soldiers were coming home, the brand of warfare was shifted from boots on the ground to drones in the sky.
Cause I'm the E. I don't slang up bang, I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing. Cause I'm the E.
George
Nice.
W. Bush authorized 48 recorded drone strikes over his 8 years in office. Obama launched 52 in his first year alone.
Cause I'm the E.
Ah,
Have to make
lectin.
decisions based not on
Lectin.
fear, but on hard-earned wisdom.
He
Exactly.
also authorized
Exactly.
the killing of at least
Trump has increased drone strikes. I don't know. Is it significantly? Perhaps. But don't get me wrong. Civilians getting killed is a bad thing. But how does anyone win when the leader of a foreign country gets killed? How the fuck does anybody win? Right? Unelectable airwaves. Unelectable airwaves. Welcome. I smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing. 6'4" with a gangster lean. This is original content made by the good people. If they are people. Good people and their machines. They call themselves the Guillotine Truck. You can find them on the YouTubes. In the YouTubes. This just came out. 6'4". There he is. Mass murdering, war criminal piece of shit.
But under Obama, 473 strikes had caused roughly 2,500 deaths through the end of 2015. But tallies
Nice.
from independent watchdog groups put the number of drone strikes since the start of Obama's term at 540 and suggest
There you go. It's the
maybe nearer to 4,000.
the droner in chief, the deporter in chief, and the droner in chief. Oh, let's wait till they have the funeral, and then let's bomb the funeral too. Fucking barbaric. This country is barbaric. Talking about the United Snakes and
Simply put, these strikes have saved
Canada.
lives.
Canada. 6'4" with the gangster lean. Fuck Barack Obama. Jesus Christ. They're all out here trying to rehab him now. Like, coming out, telling people to pull up their pants and stupid shit. It's like, fucking shut up. I can't believe anybody even listens to him. And George fucking Bush coming on Ellen, hanging out hanging out with Troy Aikman or whoever at the Dallas Cowboys football game. can't be friends with war criminals. What kind of person are you if you're friends with war criminals? Oh, you're a person that wants to protect your income? Fuck you. You're a horrible person. You can do better, and we'll make you do better. We'll make you do better. Believe me. You've been making our lives suck for a long time. We'll make you do better. Oh, man. Dick fucking Cheney. Every day, man. I look, I live by a, or should I go here? Oh, look at that. That's a little trippy, huh? That's a new look for the bear. Antifa bear. See? Antifa. Can you read that? Do I need to turn my camera around? Is that the deal? I do. I need to switch it. Hold on. There. Is that better? Can we see that now? Can you read Antifa? But every day when I go for a walk, when I'm out and about in my neighborhood, a couple blocks this way, a couple blocks. Oh, the scene change. Oh, thank you. I see it now. Thank you for that, Lecton. Thank you. So, I just added kind of a easy does it one touch. It's not one touch, but I just added some overlays from owned.com. And by default, the microphone on this cam was like 100%, which meant it was going to the red, but my my limiter should have been catching some of that. So it's much better. Anti-fascist bear is legible. Is it legible? There we go. He's the anti-fascist bear with a really nice looking scarf. I got a lot of scarves. I have tons of scarves. So originally this overlay was like blue, and it didn't have movie stuff on. It had a little bit of movement, but anyway, I fucked with it. All right, I'm gonna be truthful with you. I got high and I sat here for hours. I took my medication and I sat here for hours playing with this thing, getting frustrated, but really enjoying the pretty colors. And what I've come to find out is I got the wrong color headband on. This is completely wrong. Am I right? This is the wrong color. I got more. Oh, I can fix this right away. We want pink? Probably not pink. Now maybe pink and red or the blue. We like the blue. It's a little contrast. The red would not be good. No. Pink. I think I'm going to go with the blue. Hey, do you want... I'm bald. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Shh. Oh, it's backwards. Oh shit, it's backwards. I'm looking at it backwards, so it's kind of hard for me to like look at that. Yellow journalism prevalent in our society. Boy, don't we have some yellow journalism? But I'm fighting back, Lexi. I'm fighting back on that yellow journalism. I played the moon landing. The Chinese went to the moon. I didn't give it much context. I just threw it up there. Oh, nice. There. I feel this is a little better. See, yeah, isn't this is better. The other one looked good under a daytime light, and the other one looked good under a different circumstance. No, for fuck's sake. Nobody needs that. There, right? Something like that. I don't know. This is where I'm at. This is the level of technology that I can engage with today. I didn't die. I didn't die yesterday. No, Thursday. I didn't die Thursday. So that's cool. Oh, Kenny, I heard you telling me about your big heart. Oh, I'm bald by choice. I actually have hair, but I have alopecia areata. Shh. Not only do I have some disability, I have areata. No, alopecia with an A. Areata means your hair falls out in spots. So I have all these weird spots when I let my hair grow. And it doesn't cover up, so I shave it. So I shave it. But now with COVID, I'm like, fuck it, I'm not shaving. I walk around, I look like I have the mange. Because I got hair, but it doesn't cover the spots. So it looks like I look like a dog that's got the mange. Like, yeah. It's COVID, I'm staying inside. Oh, anyway. Good to see you, Lexi. Tommy Real Pro. I don't know that we've met. But Kenny, if you're still awake, I know you had a stream tonight, and I was glad to see you. I didn't realize that you had some heart issues too. You were talking about on your stream. I had a triple bypass, and then over the next 2 years, all 3 bypasses fucking broke, became occluded. What they don't tell you when they say we're going to crack your heart open and give you triple bypass, they don't tell you that there's a 16% chance that 1 out of the 3 is going to crash and burn before the first year. And that, there's a 23% chance that 2 out of 3 or whatever. I was like, really? Those are some shitty odds. Anyway, so all three of mine crashed. So I was lucky to get some stents. So I've got to keep low blood pressure because my heart can't take high, because they took veins out of my legs to put up here for the bypass, and then the stents, the teeny weeny stents in the smaller ones. Why am I telling you my medical history? I don't know, because I feel for you when you were telling me about your situation. You were telling your stream. So I wasn't on Thursday because I fucking got dizzy, went low blood pressure, fell in the laundry room, banged my head. That was fun. Didn't have my cell phone with me, and I was in the basement. Yeah, we're humans, we share. So I was in the basement, I was doing laundry, because I'm the house husband, right? I can do laundry, I can do stuff. I mean, I'm not completely, right? But I forgot, I was feeling good. I leaned over, picked things up, leaned into the dryer, bent over, and just bam. But I got nice neighbors. They got me orange juice. They brought me a dog. One of the neighbors doing laundry at the same time brings her dog, Coco, to jump up. And she was my emotional support dog. Took about an hour and a half. And then I was done. That was like 6 o'clock at night. I'm like, I'm not streaming tonight. Are you kidding me? Laying in bed. Eat some more vegetables. So anyway, it's the sharing circle tonight. I don't know what's going on there. I don't do ecstasy anymore. I don't do MDMA, but that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm doing the TMI bear at the Chill Out Dome after some house party. It's Monday morning at 11 o'clock. And the bear is just chilled. All right. We had something to do. the content jam. The content cam chat. Dun 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 dun. All right, this has nothing to do with communism. However, I am interested in this technology. I am very interested in this technology. I've always been interested, and I have some. Not a lot, but I have some, and it's staying there. I'm not selling. Bitcoin's at an all-time high, and one of the few, the only crypto YouTuber that I ended up continuing to watch and be subscribed to out of the 10 or 15 that I used to be on when I was recovering from the heart attack, learning all about trading and day trading from the couch. This guy. Crypto Daily.
2020, they voted to make cash increasingly
Oh,
meaningless.
thank you, Lecton.
Issues, sky-high rate of inflation.
You can hear me now.
And more people interested in Bitcoin because of it.
What's Bitcoin?
Many players have attempted to use cryptocurrencies to fund their malign behavior.
Fuck that guy.
Can't deny it, it's all true.
They
But
use
everyone still
cash.
wants a piece of it. Crypto's always got a promise for you.
Might be a lie, an illusion.
But it's there.
Just around the corner. And it keeps you going.
The dollar works on a pyramid scheme? Tell me it isn't so.
3 major things
Andres.
before we get into the memes. Number 1, what was it again? The first video should be up on our new podcast channel, Hashing It Out, co-hosted by myself.
Oh, get
and
it?
Mr.
Hashing it
Kristoff.
out.
Number
That's actually
2,
pretty
I'm working
funny.
with a new company,
That's
one
funny.
that's got investors from the likes of Winklevoss Capital,
Say it ain't
Coinbase,
so.
all these folks. You may have heard of them already. BlockFi. Get 6% APY on your Bitcoin using their mobile app, and $250 if you use my link below and fund you.
Wouldn't it be fucking poetry if the Winklevoss twins, who Zuckerberg fucked over the Winklevoss twins back in school and shortly after, right? Harvard. Fuck them over for the idea for the Facebook. And the Winklevoss, they're looking at they're in crypto. Wouldn't it be great if Winklevoss just went like blew up and everybody else was like, fuck Boomer Book, fuck your bullshit platform, fuck your algorithms that silo us into smaller and smaller echo chambers. Fuck you I got 5,000 friends and you're only showing me 37 of them. Or I've got 300 friends and you're only showing me 4 of them. Right? It's been a while since you've heard this kind of capitalist speak. It's a culture shock coming back in here right now. Yeah, listen. Here's it. My take on cryptocurrency is it's math and science. It's in the hands of the wrong people right now, but it can be just as mad useful as any other technology, any other science. And under a communist or under a socialist flag and a socialist world order, I think crypto will be the bomb. I just haven't figured it out how exactly everything. I mean, that's navel gazing and what ifism, right? Maybe for a spy novel, but I think there's quite a lot of value in it. And I mean value for human beings. Some people are getting value out of it by trading it. Other people have jobs. They trade their labor. Whatever we got to do, right? Now, China's fine with crypto. The FUD. This is one of the things that makes me laugh so hard. The people that that are in the crypto industry, that are the trendsetters or the voices or the influencers. They are so invested in this capitalist model. They are so invested in that they never even think of, they don't think of anything beyond that. And they are so willing to believe that China is like just horribly opposed to it just on principle. The United States and the Federal Reserve and Goldman Sachs and the like, the central banks, they're much more against it. Oh yeah, messing. I mean, messing can mean a lot of things, right? But in the industry, when you follow these crypto YouTubers, and if you read the trade rags, there's a bunch of them. If you read them, they're always on about interference from China, interference from North Korea, interference, and it's just laughable because it's anyway. I want to check this out. This is my favorite guy. He loves making money and he thinks the Federal Reserve is evil, but he doesn't ever think about socialism. He has no frame of reference. So he's doing his best, and he thinks that, crypto is going to replace fiat one day, or he's sucked into it and he's making money, so he's going to keep doing these videos, and he can't quit because otherwise he'd have to get a real job. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes.
Your account. In my opinion, if you're holding crypto and want to earn yield, this is probably one of the safest ways to do it.
There you go.
And number 3, possibly biggest of all. I put some lights up. Okay, let's see how these memes go. I'm expecting some
it's meme time. Meme
stuff.
review. Yay. It's a Titanic.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
It's a Titanic.
Apparently people are getting wrecked.
They're altcoins, or they're it's 2018 and 2019, and they're all getting wrecked. Bitcoin, the sinking ship of non-believers. Oh yeah, it got down to $4,000. Some places it got down to like the parabolic rise of 2021.
Exactly as I expected. I don't know. It's like, I kind of feel like when you throw words at things, it kind of feels disjointed. Like, can I give you an example?
Hi.
Sure.
Can I help you?
Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you.
Craig Wright.
That's me. How much is it?
It'll be $18.
Here you go. Keep the change.
No.
Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
That's what these memes feel like
It's
to me
stupid.
sometimes. Although
it's stupid, but it still makes me laugh because Craig Wright is such a big pile of shit, and people in the crypto space, some of them still listen to Craig Wright. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, there's so many people in the crypto space that have a name and a reputation for some shit they did, but they're lunatics. They're lunatics, and they're just wrong about so much that it's not even fun. Roger Ver. Oh my God, what a lunatic. Completely wrong, like about almost everything. Your favorite customer is the one that's always wrong? Anyway.
This one was so cheesy, but
Peter
good.
Buffett.
So bad it was good type of thing.
Bella, I think I'm gonna finally sell my Bitcoin stash.
Gonna sell his Bitcoin stash. No, you can't do that.
No. No. How?
The
I don't
comment
even know
section.
what you're saying. How? What are you talking about? You want me to go away? I can't. No, I can't. I can't just leave you.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
I'll hodl.
I'll hodl. You better hodl, motherfucker.
You just can't say stuff like that to me.
Don't say that, man.
Ever.
It's like my wife, in all honesty. That was really good. Really good job. Sam.
I'll just hodl.
Really nice. Enjoyed that. The lip sync work. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I appreciate a good lip sync.
Nice. 12,000 altcoin bag. Let's bring that along, shall we? 19,500. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know this movie. Resignation Papers.
That editing though.
I don't understand all that. Bitcoin is going to the moon. It's going to the moon, my friends. To the moon.
Wow. Goosebumps, huh?
When moon? When moon? My portfolio.
I'm cringing so hard.
Why are you cringing?
How long is this meme? Okay, I think we get the point. I had to cringe through that at some points.
I thought it was great.
Overall, for throwing
But I'm
random
simple.
text at random things and trying to make it work in crypto. I thought that was a pretty good attempt.
I told you I wouldn't let you down. Keep those guys off me for a few more seconds, will ya? Okay, Echo 9.
No, sorry.
That was when Bitcoin was 5,000. Oh my God.
I cannot get through another one of these. I refuse.
Listen, I told my wife when it dropped to 5,000, I was like, look, we're never going to see this again. And then it went down to 4. And she's like, see, you can't. Don't. You'd lose. I'm like, come on, it's never going to be. It went down to like 3,890 something, I think was an all-time low for just a second, just a little wick of a candle. And then it's just been on this tear. And now it's 20,000.
I have a certain amount of cringe I can tolerate in a day. We have oversubscribed that amount.
We have oversubscribed. Ouch. Whoa!
That skill was better than whatever he was trying to do.
I like that.
Damn. Me, 2018. You bought at all-time high and huddled through an 80% loss. Did you not learn from your lesson?
It's 20K again. Throw it into the fire. It's crap. It's trash. Destroy it.
No.
I'm going to hodl.
I don't think I will. Quality. Absolute quality. Because, actually, very relatable. Your bull run has no power here.
Your bull run has no power here.
You have no power here.
Get a micro strategy. Kill him. Sorry, I got a bit aggressive there. When you're trying to fall asleep during the Bitcoin rally and dreamt of a price correction. I have never dreamt about.
Yeah, bullshit.
No, I think maybe I did once. Not a good dream.
Listen. When I was still taking a lot of painkillers and learning how to read Elliott waves and trade online at crypto exchanges, when I was like 3 years ago when I was recovering from the heart surgery, because that was the big run, right? The big run was late. It was Thanksgiving of 2017 into the bull run into 2018. No, it was 2016 into 2017. Right. And then 3 years later, now we're making it back up. But I spent a shit ton of time on YouTube and trying to figure out what's real and what's bullshit and bouncing off. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And I think it's a cool thing to do, and it's cool if you've got some time and energy, do it. But it'd be much better for you to join a anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist, anti-racist organization today. That's probably more important than fucking with Bitcoin. But I was in recovery and I couldn't do anything. Hey, we're in lockdown. Maybe this is a good time. Start shorting it for the next year. During the 80% price correction that's going to come over the next few years.
Dream, I must admit.
I am inevitable.
I am inevitable.
This is your future. It's my destiny.
Too much cringe. I'm sorry. I think we're onto something here. All-time high memes, all-time high levels of cringe. Excuse me, sir. Have you got any more of those Bitcoins? I like this one better.
Oh, I love this one.
Hey, Dennis!
Dennis!
See?
He made this one. I think.
Guys. Hey. Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
look who that is. Look who that is. The guy in the limo with all the women. Look who that is. See if you recognize him.
You have any of those sub 10K Bitcoins?
Oh, I just need a little bit of money.
No,
Wait, Charlie, get
Did you see who that is?
Driver, we're done here.
That's a classic from 2017. Back at it again. SoftBank CEO says he doesn't understand Bitcoin. Son sold his stake, losing close to $130 million.
He shouldn't have let his son. What the fuck?
Are you winning, son? I did read this story. I didn't quite realize how memeable it was. If he had just held, he would have made $130 million. Why is that so funny? It's misfortune.
It's fucking
Great
hilarious.
Success.
Great success.
Conversation started March 28th, 2011. James, we need to break up. Every one of your friends is doing something with their lives, investing in real estate. You just keep reading about your stupid Bitcoins. November 26th, 2017. Hey, James, how have you been? That's what we're in crypto for, not for the revolution, to rub it in people's faces.
To rub it. We're not in crypto for the revolution. They mean the financial revolution that makes the big bad banks go away, keeps capitalism in place somehow, makes the big bad banks go away, and that the crypto people can be the and that new industry can replace the dollar. I mean, it's a fucking fantasy and it's a racket. But the math is cool, and the game theory is cool, and the people, the smart, the people, the visionaries that are in this ecosystem. I don't know, Vitalik Buterin and I like Andreas Antonopoulos. Like, there are some fucking, obviously, and Satoshi, but there are some really fabulous minds. Charles Hoskinson, I think, too. But then there's a bunch of douchebags like Craig Wright claim to be Satoshi. Roger Ver, Bitcoin Jesus to Bitcoin Judas. And then his Bitcoin Cash bullshit. I mean, anyway.
Coinbase is down. Meanwhile, at Coinbase HQ, it's because they don't want to sell you any Bitcoin. They act as a broker. That's why they do it. It's intentional.
Hey, Camel, how are you?
Servers are absolutely fine. Think about it. I don't want to get into it.
We're having
I
a
got
weird
tattoo.
Camel, we're having a strange stream where I just randomly am playing stuff that I personally didn't get to see this week that I wanted to see, because this is not my normal streaming night, and I was playing with some layovers, so I figured, let's do this.
Of every altcoin that has ever made me rich. You suck.
Nice.
How it started, how it's going. Both strategies might as well be the same. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Profit takers. Over-leveraged dip buyers.
Over-leveraged
The
dip
fact
buyers.
that this photo exists, did they think that was a good idea?
that's
CME
funny.
gap gonna fill any day now, trust me. Almost
He talks about the CME gap all the fucking time, and I don't think it's even filled.
every
The last
time
one.
works every time.
They've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Now there's a color I've not seen for a long time.
Oh my God! Now there's a color I've not seen for a very long time. It's green. My main portfolio balance is back to green at not even 1%, just 0.26% of 1%. That shit is dank. Look, he's got it on the all, not the 1 week, not the 1 day, not the 1 hour. He's got it on my portfolio balance from all time, and I've been in this for like 6 years, and I've been day trading, and I've been shorting, and I've been leverage trading, and then I rebuilt, and then Elliott waves, and 0.26. Fucking, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm just having a weird time tonight. So come along. Come along.
Bear market memes, I'm telling you, way better. That's funny.
The fuck?
This meme is everywhere.
Camel. That's you. You're the cat.
Hit me. You can't.
Bitcoin at 14.
Reach me with that hand. You cannot.
What a powerful grandmaster he is, like this guy.
This guy.
All right, it's time to look at some of my old intros.
So he used to make, back in 2017, 2018, when he was literally Crypto Daily, he was doing a video every single day. They weren't nearly as sharp and well put together as they are now, because he's gotten much better and he's hired people to do edits and find stuff. But he used to make these these intros. He used to crack me up. But so this guy's been around a minute, even though he's Bitcoin Daily. He does a video like once a week or once every 10 days.
Guard you while you sleep.
We guard you while you sleep.
Do not fuck with us.
Do not fuck with us.
New dawn, it's a new day, it's a new week for the crypto markets, and yet you would still think it was 3 or 4 days ago. Wow, that price was low.
Yeah, it was.
Holy crap.
That was like $3 grand, right? Let's go back. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
And yet you would still think.
Oh no, that was 7. Yeah, there it is, right there. What did I say? I said it was 3,892 or something like that. 3,800, or is that 3,697 and 96 cents? That is the all-time low. After this, last 4 years. 3,000. That's when I was like, it's time to buy. It's time to buy. Ethereum was down to 133, and Ethereum in 3 years. Not 3 years. Where's the date on this? I can't see the date. But in maybe the last 8 months, Ethereum has gone from 133 up to like 600-700. Hey, Rad Progressive, how are you?
Think it was 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it an early night too.
Wow,
Maybe
that price was
myself,
low.
Spectrum Melodies.
Holy crap!
And yeah, sorry, you come for the politics and end up getting Bitcoin. I don't know. It's a thing for me tonight. I've got a bunch of things I want to look at.
My goodness.
Gonna try and rap on this beat. No doubt.
Oh, Rad Progressive. I was some of those some of the things you mocked up were
like
fucking
I can't
awesome.
Really show all of this.
But I haven't been able to get my shit together
Having gone on,
to get
on
back
a
to you.
tirade about cringe levels. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a little bit more mature.
Camel, put on the headphones. I'll talk in my sexy voice the rest of the night. Put on headphones on mobile and just listen. It'll be great. It'll be tremendous.
Or am I fooling myself?
So is it any wonder people are afraid of technology?
Technology!
Yeah, that's a great one. He's definitely getting older. I don't understand that. He looks old now.
Yeah, he's old.
That'll be me watching these videos back in 10 years. I guarantee you that. I'll be looking at them and going, Bitcoin was how low? Exactly! Hey.
Get the fuck out of here.
You just killed him.
Anyway,
Hold on a second.
Hey.
Oh, snap.
You just killed him. Anyway,
Oh.
that's it for me.
I'm
Thank you very
easily
much for
amused
watching.
tonight.
I'll see you on
This
the
is
next
what I'm doing. Well, it's not just this, but this is this is kind of what I'm doing. I'm like, fucking around, breaking the law, fucking around, just trying to find good quality content, stuff that we can all agree is somewhat entertaining. Oh my God, the metal version. Now this is what we have to do. Again, not politics. But I think very important. I think super important. This is what you've come for. You might not know it, but this is what you've come for. Oh yeah. Right here, man.
Coming to this theater soon.
Right here. quality entertainment at a nominal price. This is the way.
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
Lectin, you can't leave until the gunfight. It's the Mandalorian Western, a new kind of bounty hunter. He searches the galaxy for fugitives. It doesn't matter who you are. The good, the bad, the Huguenot, the brave, the brash, the beautiful, the assassin, the droid, the soldier, the bandit, the sorcerer. If you're on his list, there is no escape. From El Mandalorian. Warm or cold. Energy cannon. Flame shooter. Vibrating knife. Singing birds. Metal loop. Exploding rifle. Oh, shit. That's gotta hurt. El Mandaloriano. El Mandaloriano. That was like, I'm just saying. I know you think you got to go to bed. I know you think you got things to do. You got to get up in the morning. Oh, is there church tomorrow? Something, I don't know. Life. You told somebody you'd help them move. You get in your masks and your pickup truck and you're going to go help them move apartments. Maybe you're going to lead a march. I know, there's reasons to go to bed. There's reasons to stay up, too. I mean, really, come on. The spaghetti western of the Mandaloriano? No, Mandalorian. I don't even know. Just quality. Nothing but quality here on this program. Just saying. Take me back. Take me back. Take me back.
Today is gonna be the day where it washes off the poo. 'Cause by now you should have somehow realized that I'm trolling you. No, I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about cows. But I'll tell them anyhow.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
'Cause that girl, she really needs to know that I think her makeup looks weird. And that dude, he really needs to know I think he looks awkward with a beard. 'Cause I don't believe that anybody deserves to feel okay until I do.
Just quality. Quality.
And all the trolls are present and they're whining. Their relevance and grammar is declining.
Relevance and grammar.
'Cause there are many things that they are going to say to you, mostly one. Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Yeah, huh?
Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang,
Gucci gang.
Gucci gang. Can you play Gucci gang?
Yeah, she's great.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Yeah, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang,
Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Gucci gang was.
Gucci gang.
Today is gonna be the day
They don't get the
someone
closed
randomly
captions
posts
right.
the link. No explanation.
She's from
Since
Australia.
last talking
Australia.
or singing, I thought this
Australia.
was right. 'Cause I don't believe that anybody likes that song you
Her
do.
channel is the best.
Like even listen to it. Really? Big shot, big shot, big shot, big baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark. Do-do-do-do. Baby shark, 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 baby shark. Can you play, baby?
Oh, she's
shark?
awesome.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
I'll give you my
baby
story
shark,
on her later in a second. Yes, exactly.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
From
baby shark, baby
YouTube.
shark. Play, baby shark, plus. I just want to let you know that I've got a whole ton of bots lined up. Well,
Look,
I don't believe the moderators have a chance to stop me now.
so she is so much fun. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have to turn the volume down over here. Sorry. Yeah, so Mary Amber. You can find Mary Amber on the YouTubes, because that's what we do here. We play other people's content from the YouTubes, right? That's exactly what we do on Twitch. Now, as it turns out, she's also plays live on Twitch. This was a YouTube video that she put up on YouTube, and she also does live. And I have asked her if I can play some of her stuff, and she's quite happy with it. She knows who I am, and because I go to her stream pretty regularly. I like to raid. To, like, when I'm done doing a political stream, and I have been in my head and just like doing some like heartfelt advocating, sometimes ranting is the thing. I don't really mean to, but I do. But when I'm done, I'm like, you know what? Let's go see some art, rather than let's go see then let's go see another person talking about politics. And it's, I guess it also depends on who's on, but she's one of the 3 or 4 artists that I like to rate if they're on. Mary Amber on YouTube. A lot of content. She's going to be getting rid of a lot of it very soon. She's going to do a massive purge of her YouTubes, because she's going to focus on a certain, maybe a repackaging, rebranding. I don't know if that's the right word, but she's going to be making some changes. And so, oh yeah, I think she's she's doing comedy. Her and her husband as a team are so creative and so much fun. Like, I look at them and I'm like, I want to give them money, but I don't have any money. So you know what I can do? I can play you that and say that's from YouTube, and she's on Twitch, and I can raid into her, right? There's another person, Very Handsome Billy. Very Handsome Billy does a great musical stream. Awesome. Anyway, enough about that. That's but yeah, that's where I'm at on that. That's where I'm at on that. Boy, this has got really red and weebed out a little bit, didn't it? Oh, I don't, Tommy Real Pro, I don't recommend any cryptos to anybody. I'm not in that game. But I mean, I'll tell you what I did. I thought that the ecosphere was still so young, even 3 years ago, that the thing to do was not to buy a coin that you thought was going to solve a real world problem, come to marketplace, become more popular, and the coin would go up in value. That's what everybody was doing. I didn't see that. I think there's a better strategy for me is lay out, spread the torpedoes, full spread, arm the torpedoes, full spread, make it so, and hit all the platforms. Hit the Bitcoin, hit the Ethereum Classic, hit the Neo, hit the Litecoin, because Charlie Lee, and then hit the Cardano, hit the Stellar, get some Monero and some Zcash, 2 different privacy coins if you need them, right? But I mean, if you start with $100 or you start with $1,000 or you start with $10,000, same concept. Spread them out, but mostly it was for the platforms. The Ethereum crypto where you can build other things on top of it, right? That's the thing. And that's Cardano's is like that, and Stellar Lumens XLM is like that. So all of those things happen, right? Hey Devil, how are you? Socialism. You know, China just pulled 850 million people out of poverty. So there's where it worked. Also, Cuba, fucking rocking and rolling. They love their lifestyle. They love their democracy. They love their healthcare. They love their nightlife. They like to boogie. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I hate freedom. I hate freedom. Yes, I do. I hate freedom. How about you, Devil? Devil, my compliment troll. Some days you're a compliment troll and some days you're the other one. But the fact that you show up, it just makes me happy. Yeah. I'm just mad because you owned me. No, shouldn't you spell that with a P? Is that pwned? Or am I too old? Am I showing my age? Does anybody say pwned anymore? Seriously. Somebody has to say pwned. No? I don't know. Do they? Filter. I need to add a filter. Excuse me, I have to change. I don't really like the way this looks. I want to change it. Oh, that's very pink. Saturation? What's the deal? Is it the saturation? Yeah. So I'm learning how to do this stuff. And pwned, right? Pwned. All your base are belong to us. All your base are belong to us. Oh, that's pink and red. It's not good enough though. I like a little blue. I like that. Take the gamma down. It's a little too black and pink. I don't know. Black and pink and red. What do you think? That's kind of a look. Black, pink, and red. If I bring the gamma over, it's a little busy. Black, pink, and red. Like that. What do you think? Oh, I kind of like that. It is pretty nice. I can see why people would get the paid subscription to Pwned. I mean, owned.com. And they have like 6 layovers for free, and then they have hundreds and hundreds of professional layovers. And once you get the filter, once you kind of understand some of the filters, here I got to put a little more pink on it. How's that? A little more pink. So now it has, but you notice my chat room isn't right. My chat room is not right. And I don't understand how the chat room can be wrong when everything else is grayed out. It's like I don't have anything else on. Oh, there it is. Last donation, last subscriber. It's this overlay. All right, I'm not going to deal with that. I can't. Besides, serious-based movement incoming. What is that? Oh, should I look at this thing, Devil? Is this a good thing? Is this something that I should look at? Or am I going to get myself in trouble? Am I going to get myself in trouble for opening this up? Abby Hoffman? I'll do 45 seconds of Abby Hoffman. Fuck yeah. Totally. I got to get Abby in the right place. There's Abby. I believe you. Who doesn't like Abby? I mean, really. Nazis, cops, establishment pricks. Do. Oh, I've lost Abby. Oh, Abby's over here. Here we go.
$100,000 ransom.
So quiet.
I don't understand the ransom. You mean to rip off this city for $100 grand?
Yeah.
It's a groovy thing to do.
Groovy, man.
Are you kidding? What are they gonna do with it anyway?
Would you have done it?
What?
Would you have taken $100,000 to call everything off?
I would have taken $100,000 as to calling it off.
Why call it off? Take the money.
Well, how much is it worth to you to call it off?
Call off
$1
what?
million? Would you have done it for $1 million?
Revolution?
Yeah. What's your price?
My life.
My life. Nice. What's your price? My life.
$100,000.
Nice. You know what that makes me? That reminds me of Mario Savio. There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies and your... Yeah, I got to find the right version. I think it's this one.
There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious.
Nice.
Makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
Nice. Like you can't, like, oh man. This is what I'm feeling these days. This is what I'm feeling. I don't know why that opened up. That's what I'm feeling. That was December 2nd, 1964. If you can believe that. Camel, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there's a panel. Sorry, I have to turn this volume over here down. I'm sure there's a panel on that at some point somewhere, but yeah, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. We saw the guillotine truck. We saw the Mandalorian. Both. We saw Mary Amber. Capitalism and imperialism is assassinating scientists in Iran because, you know, they can. We could hear about that, but you know, oh, love me some gore. Love me some guillotine truck. Gnome drums. Gnome drunksky. That's so funny. That's so funny. That's so funny. I would have loved to see Gore Vidal. I would have loved to see Gore Vidal. He didn't get on my radar till late. Yeah, I love me some Gore. Is she gonna speak in tongues? She's gonna speak in tongues, and he's gonna play some. He's gonna play some metal. Fuck yeah! Oh, this is awesome. Oh, I gotta check this out. This is dope. Satan loves metalheads. Metalheads and punks and househeads. And Rastafarians. And the hip hop crews. It hates K-pop. Buckley. Oh God, Buckley is painful. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do Buckley. But yeah, he's painful. I kind of like the Chomsky, the Chomsky takedown of Buckley when Chomsky was young and made some sense. He's kind of lost his shit, I think. I'm kind of down with him. Oh, Buckley sucks hard. And look at this guy like walking. He's like reading a script. Did you see the guy in the shorts? It's like walking. Like they were all just like practicing their stupid shit. Uh-oh, here we go.
What's up, babes? Here's some news. Did you have a nice election? I sure did. Great election.
I've never watched.
We love the election, don't we, folks? Also, I've gone all Holly weird now.
I've never ever watched one of his videos on stream. I've only watched his videos at Reverend Aaron's house, Punks for Progress. By the way, shout out Punks for Progress. But on the YouTubes. But I was at Aaron's house a couple summers ago, and he made me watch this guy, and I enjoyed him. I liked him. But I know a lot of left-ish, or left-leaning Twitchers share him, so I don't. But I want to see this one, so I am. Come along for the ride.
Totally doing Holly weird stuff. Making deals by the pool, smoking 2 cigars at once, breaking into Tom Hardy's house. But don't worry, I am still the down-to-earth news dude you've all grown to love and worship unquestionably. May your blood fuel the great news war. See?
He's got some strong eyebrow game going on. I think he uses like, I don't think that's a natural black on the eyebrows. I'm calling professional makeup on this.
Now that we've hit this political transition,
I want a strong eyebrow game. I really do. I can't pay somebody to fix me up. Sadly.
I've done a bit of thinking about how this show can change and grow from the old Shody into a new post-election era. A new dawn. Shody's dawn. Yeah. We've got my new old backdrop, a nicer camera.
Oh.
So I think it's time to really
Baldwin
buckle
is
down
Baldwin is
and
the
focus
bomb.
on the serious and in-depth topic.
I got a bunch of Fred Hampton stuff that I could share too, but I'm personally not in that headspace right now. Because I know what it'll do. I'll get melancholy, I'll get angry, and I'll get preachy, and I'll get shitty, and my heart rate will go up, and I'll get mad, and I can't afford it. So this is what we're doing tonight. This is what I'm doing. Please hang out if you like. But man, there's so much other important, strong, anti-imperialist, anti-racist, anti-capitalist stuff that I could be doing. But we're doing this instead.
We've always wanted to get around.
Which I think is subversive.
Right? No more pussy.
I think
no
this
pussies,
is subversive.
No feet. Back to basics. Peas and carrots stuff. Hashtag peas not pussy feet. For example.
What?
Well, we've picked a new president, kinda, sorta. Possible coup, but whatever, it's fine. But not really. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so we're far from done with the election this year, is my point.
Does he just... Is he just a good actor, or does he actually do amphetamines before these shows? Because he's fucking great.
I'm talking, of course, about what's going to happen in a few weeks when the world looks to a southern state to vote on what might be, once again, like all of them, the most important
This is
decision
dated.
of our life.
Clearly, this is dated.
Depending on the
I
outcome.
don't care.
So let's do it. Let's really dig in there. As you know, we're almost to the upcoming 2021 Legislative Assembly election in the state of Kerala, India. Well, usually a red state, recent polls have shown that the election
A
could
red
go
state,
either
yeah,
way,
communist.
as all the parties vie to appeal to rural voters. And while none of the candidates have been particularly vocal about the subject, it's only going to be a matter of time before the election boils down to a singular question. Will they outlaw boars? That's right, it's boars again, folks!
Boars. Him and his fucking
so
boars.
Many times in the
I don't understand him with the obsession with the boars. But yet there it is. It's a real thing.
past. But have you listened? I mean, yes, YouTube analytics shows a viewership, but for some reason, none of you jabronis seem to be doing anything to quell the swine invasion. It's almost as if YouTube is just
It's almost as if the boars joke isn't that fucking funny.
telling me what I want to hear. It's almost as
Raise
if
your hand,
the
Chad, if the
anagram
boars
for the
thing is
word
funny with this
YouTube
guy. I don't
is
get it.
Obey Utu. Utu,
I don't
being
get
a
it.
Mesopotamian sun god, and we know how much boars love the sun. Also, they practiced pig husbandry in Mesopotamia, whatever that sick shit is. Anywho, now you might think this India boar question was settled when Kerala took steps earlier this year
I can't
to
do
allow
this. I'm
certain
sorry.
farmers the ability to shoot boars.
You know what?
If I gave them as a gift,
I just
I'd
can't.
be like,
I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
In other
you're welcome. We're not doing this. I'm sorry. That's that's your own free time stuff. I thought it would be fun to watch because, I put it on the list because I hadn't seen him for a while. Yeah, we'll go do that. It'll be great. It'll be great. Not so much. Not so much. But people like him. People like him. They say he's really good. All right, we're gonna do news click. I don't know what this is. Oh, assassination of nuclear scientist in a bid to provoke Iran into conflict. Yeah, that's what it is. So, the United States gave the instructions to Israel to commit a war crime, egregious war crime, to murder an act of war. Just arbitrarily, oh, we don't like that one citizen you've got because he's smart and he knows things, and we're going to kill him. That's what Israel and the United States just did. They're just baiting. They're just baiting Iran. And they're also testing the waters to see who's going to tell them no. This is some Hitler shit and some appeasement by the rest of the world. Appeasement. Remember that? Appeasement. Don't mind us. We're just going to kill the people that we don't think should be alive because they're really smart at certain things and they live in your country. And, Jesus Christ, this is the world we live in. These fucking ruling class motherfuckers, they got no shame. They got no morals, no ethics. Oh, why is that not there? Sorry. Sorry, my bad.
Hello and welcome to NewsClick. Today we're going to be talking about the assassination of Iranian nuclear scientist Mohsen Fakhrizadeh. Now the assassination took place on Friday. There are varying reports even from Iran on how it took place. There are reports that there were armed gunmen, and also recently Iranian authorities have claimed that there was a
bomb
remote
and
explosive
some
device that
small
was
arms
used.
fire.
What is certain nonetheless is the fact that this is yet another major strike against Iran. Iran, of course, has blamed Israel. Many observers have claimed that Israel has, in fact, pointed him out before as a significant part of Iran's earlier nuclear program, of course.
Sure,
But
Camel,
we're
go
going to
ahead.
be talking
Whisper
about
me.
what the assassination means, what Israel, the
Sure, go ahead,
US,
Camel.
and its
It's all good.
allies in the region are trying to do. And we have with us Prabir Purkayastha. Prabir, thank you so much for joining us so quickly. Over the past few weeks, there have been a number of developments. The sanctions in Iran have continued. There was a secret meeting which was leaked between Benjamin Netanyahu and Salman bin Mohammed when Mike Pompeo was in Saudi Arabia.
Mike
And now we
Pompeo.
have the assassination of a very prominent Iranian nuclear scientist. So in these few months that Donald Trump has left, presumably, what are this group of allies actually trying to do?
Well, I think two things we should
volume
register.
up a little more on
This is
this?
not the first time Iranian nuclear scientists have been assassinated.
That's
This
all
is
the
in
volume
fact
I have.
a set of series of assassinations which have stopped in the middle, but this is the latest in that sense. Of course, it is a combination of within Iran, certain groups.
I'm going to crank the volume up just a little bit.
Government who have carried out terrorist activities in different parts, and Israeli intelligence agencies who have quite proudly taken credit for such assassinations
Camel.
in the past.
Pleasure.
And even
I'll
this
check the
time,
link. It's
they
in the
seem
Discord.
to be
Did you say?
tacitly accepting
Discord?
that they were behind the assassination. So that is one part of it. And I'll come to also this, what you talked about, Fakhrizadeh being identified by Netanyahu
in a whisper.
2018,
Got it.
when he talked about Iran's nuclear program. If you remember, he presented a bottle with a fuse in it, which actually was quite laughable in the sense that nothing was backed up in that statement.
Oh, this is
Iran
Buckley and Moore?
almost at the nuclear
Cohen.
threshold.
Cohen
So
and-
all of this has been
Yeah, it's
a great
25 minutes,
campaign
though.
to get the US to act against Iran in one way or the other, because Israel by itself cannot militarily attack.
I'll save
Iran.
it. I'll save it
wants
for another
the United
night.
States to do so.
I'm going to put it in watch
So the
later.
consequence of such an attack, if it is unilaterally
Done.
done, would be quite significant for Israel
Thank you for
as
that.
well. So that's why they need the United States to do so. So provocation of this kind, particularly when you have a lame duck President Trump,
Lame
that,
duck.
I think, is what we had discussed earlier as well, that the attempt by Israel and the Trump administration is to leave a scenario in West Asia by which the clock cannot be set back. That means you lock all the contestants in a place from which collision is inevitable, and the return to a diplomacy, path of diplomacy, return to normal relationship that the states, even when they disagree, because agreement, disagreement, a part of it. Conflicts are contained. That is the normal process of international relationship. But in this case, not to have anything but contestation and leaving out any negotiations, any process apart from hostilities. This is the Trump administration's gift to West Asia now before he leaves. And Israel is very clearly wanting a war with Iran before Trump leaves, so that for the foreseeable future, Netanyahu will be protected in Israel. He's under severe stress, corruption charges, various other problems that he has. And of course, Israel being the major power in West Asia, slowly losing its total hegemony that it had militarily over the region. I think that is also something that Israel would like to postpone, and therefore taking out Iran at this stage. I think the assassination is clearly an attempt to provoke Iran to respond in a manner by which the can all get together to attack Iran. Two issues that are there is what is the two MBS, MBZs going to do, crown princes, that it's also clear that there have been threats to both by Iran, even earlier, saying that if the US wants to attack Iran,
fuck Wilson.
we have the ability to retaliate.
Fuck Wilson. Actually,
against you.
Every single president has just been super problematic on so many levels because they are effectively the managerial, the head manager in charge of the murderous ruling class that, owns and operates the capitalist imperialist system. I don't know. There's 16 minutes left in this. I am not interested in this. I know that there was an assassination of and I know it's bad. I know it. I don't need a 16-minute conversation about it. I was looking for something a little less, a little less pedantic. Don't know if that's the right word. But yeah, so sorry, I mean, I'm just arbitrarily stopping things and going, nah, we're going to do something else instead. You know, maybe that's cool, maybe that's not cool, but it's like, I get it. I wanted to hear some new information, right? Here's what I want to hear. Check this out. Here's what I want to hear right here. Help New York City drivers launch a platform cooperative. We were talking about cooperatives earlier. Look at this. This is Eric. The cat I met when I moved here to New York. We're not friends or anything. I mean, we know each other, but we're not like buddies. We're New York City for-hire drivers. We are starting our own driver-owned rideshare platform. Your donation pays for unemployed and underemployed drivers to recruit and train fellow drivers for the cooperative. Likely they won't have to train much because most drivers know what the fuck's going on. They just need to be trained in how this particular co-op works. So they've raised 11 grand so far. They've passed their goal was 10 grand, which is nice. They've already raised their money. Let's listen to this video, and he'll explain it.
My name is Ken. I'm a New York City rideshare driver.
Right on, Ken.
You may have heard we are starting our own rideshare cooperative.
It's real life.
And here is why.
Real life.
Even before the pandemic, things have always been difficult for New York City drivers.
Yeah.
Between long hours and high vehicle costs, we have been pushed to the brink. But after the pandemic, things have gotten even worse.
Yeah.
With Uber constantly lowering prices,
right,
taking more and more high commissions, and adding more drivers to the platform,
yeah,
even if we have much less trips.
Then the pandemic hit, and trip volumes were cut in half.
Half. Trip volumes cut in half. You can barely make enough money as a driver in New York with the apps. You can barely make enough money if you're working 60, 70 hours a week and you live, and you don't live in Manhattan, but you live in other areas where the rent is cheaper. It's so fucking hard. And this is how you end up having heart attacks, because you're sedentary and you're in a car for 16, 17 hours a day, and sometimes you end up living in your car. Living in your car. Living in your car. Working out of your car. And getting clean and showering wherever you can. We've had drivers in New York City go up on the steps of the mayor's building or city hall as well, read out their complaints, their suicide note, and then kill themselves in broad daylight while people film them. Drivers killing themselves because of the government's refusal to do the right thing or anything to help. And the fabric is falling apart here. And it might not be falling apart where you're at yet, but that shit is coming.
Business is still down 40%. The big rideshare companies have done nothing to help. And drivers today are really hurting. But we still need to pay for our vehicle costs.
Yep.
Totaling thousands per month from vehicle financing.
But you get to work anytime you want. You have the
Thousands
freedom.
of drivers. Things have hit
Freedom.
rock bottom.
You're not an employee.
But the pandemic also presents
You're an independent contractor.
an opportunity. an opportunity for drivers to get better and be better. New York drivers are ready to unite and form a cooperative.
Nice.
When we work together, no one can stop us. We'd love your support in building our own company together. A company that has the same convenience of the corporate ride-hail platforms, but with a difference.
Yes.
It is owned by us,
right?
The drivers.
How about that?
Controlled by us,
the drivers.
The drivers. True New Yorkers.
Nice. Nice. So that's I just want to put this. I want to put this in the chat just in case anybody's interested. But I get a kick out of this kind of stuff, and I'm glad it's happening. And it takes time and organization, and it takes stick-to-itiveness. Believe me, I thought about a co-op driving. I was a driver when I had my heart attack. I wasn't a platform driver like this. I worked for a high-end company. So I drove Elton John. And I drove Melissa Etheridge. And I drove John Lovitz and Brad Pitt. Right? And then I drove some billionaires that are real estate fuckers. And what's his name? Oh, God. Wayne LaPierre, motherfucker. Wayne LaPierre and his nasty little Republican Nazi wife. Fuck those guys. Fuck those people. They're ruling class people. So done with them. So done. So done. So anyway, there's some text here. You can read it. I thought maybe I'd read it on stream because but when I start reading these things, I end up doing like a performance, like, oh, I'm a thespian, right? And it's a little. You can read it. I put the thing in there. You can read it. You don't need to hear me talk about it. What the fuck is a red corner? Tilgen, we already got into it the other night. You need to like really behave yourself around here, okay? My disco friend. Behave yourself. Behave yourself, my disco friend. Wayne LaPierre, I drove him and his wife. Born to be alive. Born to be alive. Yeah, Born to be alive. I had a fucking heart attack shortly after driving Wayne LaPierre and his wife again. I took him to the Trump Hillary debate at Hofstra University in late 2016, before Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is when I had my heart attack and my open heart surgery shortly after that. Horrible people. Just horrible. I've told the story on stream a few times, so I'm not going to do it again. Horrible people. And I get to hear it all because they don't know me. They don't give a shit. They're paying premium money for confidentiality. So I never talked about it while I was driving because if it got back to them, shit, I get fired. And I was making decent money driving rich people. The idea was to get their money out of their pocket, get it into my pocket to help pay my bills and to help support my party. And part of being in a cadre party is financial support. You do your labor and your talents and whatever your talents are. You do your party work in addition to your regular work, like living. But anyway, yeah, fuck Wayne LaPierre. And I don't have to, I no longer have to bite my tongue when it comes to shit like that. Fuck that guy. Back to the disco. This is my time. My high school days. my high school days. On Facebook, anytime somebody starts with on Facebook, you can get ready to cringe. But on Facebook, Mix Magazine, it's a DJ magazine from back in the day. Probably still is. And they put out a bunch of stuff, like these classic, like, Mix Mag is cool. Like, down. I mean, these dancers are pretty lit, don't you think? Born. Frida Kahlo is judging you. Frida Kahlo is judging you. Antifa forever. Make disco great again. Make disco great again. Make disco great again. I was just about to do that, Treble. Like, wow. They were in here the other day. Ready? Here, look. Oh, I thought that's... It's not even trolling when it's that bad. When it's just like... It's just annoying. It's more... Oh, wow, look at this dancer. Look, man, say what you want about disco, but... If you could dance... Well, you know what they say. If you can dance, you can... you know what I mean? So there was a thing. There was a thing about dancing. It was a thing. Oh, nice. Look at that. Look at that move. Look at that move. Oh, my God. It's good to be alive. Yes, because why wouldn't a communist support Antifa? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. He was born. Oh, that's some look. Look at that move. Look at that. Look at that move. Look at that move. Look at that move. Sorry, Croft. There's billions of people on the planet who think you're like completely wrong. It's not my job to educate you. Sorry. We're watching disco and enjoying the communist camaraderie that is the Red Corner. Disco shall crush the fast. Here, this part. Ready? I love that part. Did you know that part was coming? I knew that part was coming. I knew that part was coming back in 1977 or 8 when the song came out. Disco. It's not a debate stream. I'm sure there's like 27 people on a screen somewhere. I love that sound. Damn. Born to be alive. Born. 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 How about that video? That's one of the greatest videos of all time. I think I've had enough. I think, oh my God, there's more. There's more. Look, there's more. There's more. Yeah, Pork Nickel, we're watching these disco dancers from back in the day. Like, I don't know, Mix Magazine put this out. Look at this, look at this. That's some B-girl stuff. Nice. Nice. I'm gonna put this at 1979, 78. All these moves and stuff. And the song. Make music videos great again, right? Julie Brown, that's downtown Julie Brown. That's downtown Julie Brown from fucking from MTV. From the late 80s and 90s. She was a dancer. And she made that real. And then she got that gig on MTV a few years later. Look at that shit. How much fun is that? Who knew? Who knew that you could come here? Who knew that you could come here to my stream on a Friday night, Saturday morning, and hear Born to Be Alive and watch all of that beautiful dancing, and then turn around and hear Fred Hampton with really big closed captions in yellow. Really big closed captions in yellow. I gotta say, this is from RCP, Revolutionary Communist Party. If you're in the Bay Area, you'll definitely know them. If you're in Los Angeles, you'll know them. If you're in Chicago or in New York, and if you're in the movement, you'll know them. You'll see them out. You see them out all the time. I'm not a member of the RCP, but I'm friendly with some people from the RCP, and I will continue to be friendly with them. So they put this out, and I wanted to look at it. It's their tribute and their way of raising up Fred and Mark.
When I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips,
I am
a revolutionary.
Revolutionary.
And you're gonna have to keep on saying that.
21 years old when he was murdered. Pigs in the FBI had an informant drug his food the night before. Then they blasted away.
They fired through the door and hit the brother through the door. The brother fell here. Most of the blood is dried up, but you can see a little bit of it there and a little bit of it on the floor. The brother was shot 4 or 5 times, so after they came through the door, they shot him again to make sure he was dead.
Yeah.
Bob Avakian has said, if you had a chance to see the world as it really is, there are profoundly different roads you can take with your life. You can just get into the dog-eat-dog and most likely get swallowed up by that while trying to get ahead in it.
Yeah.
You can put your snout into the trough and try to scarf up as much as you can.
What the fuck?
Of an
apparent standoff occurring now at the
Whoa,
White
whoa,
House.
whoa, whoa.
Reports are coming in of an apparent security breach, which occurred just a few minutes ago during a President Trump press event with the local youth Little League on the South Lawn.
What the hell?
It appears one of the visiting youth baseball players snuck away from the event, eluding Secret Service and somehow managing to smuggle in accomplices through the heavily guarded gates. We're being told at the moment that the suspects remain at large on the White House grounds.
Sorry. I am so sorry. One of these other things just started playing randomly. Fucked that up because, these things happen. Sorry. Boomer me.
Direction of society and the whole way the world is. You put those things alongside each other. Which one has any meaning? Which one really contributes to anything worthwhile? Your life is going to be about something, or it's going to be about nothing. And there is nothing greater your life can be about than contributing whatever you can to the revolutionary
Contribute whatever you can.
In the world.
Do what you can.
All systems and relations
Join
of oppression
something.
and exploitation.
Show up.
And all the unnecessary suffering and destruction that goes
Show
along
up.
with it.
Fucking do
I have
something.
learned that more and more deeply through all the twists and turns and even the great setbacks, as well as the great achievements of the communist revolution so far.
That's good.
What are really still its
Can't-
early stages historically. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. I'll take. Okay. So that's a good little piece of propaganda. I'm not in the RCP, right? So I don't. I'm not in the RCP. So I don't always see their stuff. I occasionally see them out in the streets. Not since COVID. In fact, one of the last times I saw them, we were a bunch of us got word of what's his name? Milo. Fucking Milo was coming to be a speaker, and there's a bunch of Proud Boys and other, right-wing douchebags coming to Manhattan. And they usually, don't come around here because they know better. Anyway, they had their little thing, and a bunch of us went out there to heckle them, and a bunch of RCP came. Anyway, as we were all leaving, we had a good time. Really got under their skin to the point where they attacked us physically when we left. The Proud Boys did. And there's a great picture of the front page of the New York Post. Me and my comrades, like four of us, like it was Nate. Weighs like 160 pounds. And me, and I like 240 at the time. And a couple of young lady comrades that, all very small in stature. But the picture they took was all of us with these fierce looks on our faces going after this Proud Boy who was ducking, and you could see his patches and his leather. But the fact of the matter is they were fucking with us hard. And if you took 1,000 pictures, you were lucky to get one picture that made it look like we were the aggressors. And it was on the front of the New York Post. I'm like, we're the bad guys here. We're the bad guys. It was funny. Great picture though, still. Anyway. Let's see what this is. It's 5 minutes long. I bet it's good because I put it in my let's play this later because I think it's cool folder.
We're getting breaking news this afternoon of an apparent standoff occurring now at the White House.
I played this before.
Reports are coming in of an apparent security breach, which occurred just a few
But I'll
minutes
play
ago
it
during a
again
President
because I like
Trump
it.
press event with the local youth Little League on the South Lawn. It appears one of the visiting youth baseball players snuck away from the event, eluding Secret Service and somehow managing to smuggle in accomplices through the heavily guarded gates. We're being told at the moment that the suspects remain at large on the White House grounds.
Oh no, watch out.
Stay with us for more updates as we keep you posted live from outside the White House lawn.
Le gasp. Cops and Klan go hand in hand.
It appears
Cops
we have
and Klan go
established
hand in
communication
hand.
with someone claiming to be affiliated with the suspects. Our producers are telling me that they have agreed to an interview. We'll take you live now, coming up next.
This is not the best Onion, but it's not the Onion. That's right. This is Rebel. Is this Rebel Diaz?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Not Trump, not Biden.
Yeah.
Not Biden, not Trump.
Nice.
Not Trump.
Listen to those piano lands.
Not Trump, not Biden. No uprising.
That's some old house piano line.
Stay on the block, stay organizing. Otherwise,
Stay on the block, stay organizing.
Find your famo, find your crew. Load the ammo, grow your food. Get your power, get your fuel. Solar panels, back up too.
Nice.
House on fire.
Nice.
Up in flames, we gon' let it burn. Talk details later, gotta get out first. Through the window, through the door. Out this hellhole for it blow. A nation cursed by original sins. Genocide, a Lord.
Sour Plus?
Built the wealth, built the army to invade.
I know what that is.
Production. No lesser evil, this ain't peaceful. This is warfare, that's unequal. They got tanks, they got drones. We got cell phones stuck at home. While surveillance keep on going. How we gon' win just by voting? Not Trump. Body, not Trump. Body, not Trump. Body, not Trump. Se quema la casa, se quema la casa. We don't need no water, let the mother burn. Se quema la casa, se quema la casa.
We don't need the water, let the motherfucker burn.
How we gon' do this? ruthless. SOS, sorry to tell you the truth is, no one a
I
savior,
don't
ain't no
BT
saviors.
TV.
Few capitans and a whole lot
I
of
don't think.
sailors. Say less, stay blessed. Shorty about to get a 380 on the head. I'ma get the gang, make sure the grid is good. Block club in every neighborhood. Knuckle pedal.
Nice.
With the coppers. Grab the black steel. It's chaos hour. They make it seem like it's a contest between the good guys and the monsters. But this matchup got imposters in bed with the global masters. Loyalty only goes so far. Capital won't bet
Nice.
the farm.
These lyrics are dope.
About to retire, ask why all them CEOs gone. It's a setup, they ain't let up. Control total in the agenda. Won't be on the menu, I'm trying to tell you. Tira esa celu, that's the devil. Opt out now, for they make that call for you. You can do it now. Ain't no time or opportune. Se quema la casa, se quema la casa. We don't need no water,
Let the motherfucker burn.
Se quema la casa, se quema la casa.
We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn.
They put a knife, I call it progress. I'm gonna need some more to offset 500 years of conquest. Continued colonial projects. No.
Yeah, the kids doing the breakdance earlier.
Watch it grow.
I have no doubt that those were actually the kids of the rappers, like neighborhood kids from the Bronx.
Quit your job, make a plan. How you live without them. What you need.
Oh, look at this.
Simplify, no Maricando. Rid myself of material trappings. Focus more on survival tactics. Can do it dolo, that's a no-no. Like me trying to sing this coro solo. So natural. Body natural. Body natural. Body natural. Body not body natural. Natural, not
Yeah, I just never understood the gift. I mean, I need to learn it.
Not Trump, not body. Not body, not Trump. Not Trump, not body. Not body, not Trump. Se quema la casa, se quema la casa. We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Se quema la casa, se quema la casa.
Rockmaster Scott. The roof. The roof.
Let's go.
The roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker. Burn. Burn, motherfucker.
Disfrazado de elección. Cambio de mandato. Creo que es un autoatentado.
Hey, we're gonna have to go to TikTok. We're gonna have to look for frogs on TikTok.
Campaña de terror. Disfrazado de elección. Cambio de mandato. Creo que es un autoatentado. Let's go.
Let's go. I like the house groove. I do. It's hip house. It's house, but it's hip hop. Let's go. That was like hip house was a thing for like 6 years, 8 years, in the late 80s and the up to the mid 90s. There was a lot of hip house coming out of Chicago. A lot of hip house coming out of Chicago. I played a lot in my club. Back in the day. Back in the day. That's good news. Count collect. Oh, you know what? Sending out poems. This is going to be sweet. This is going to be nice. Everybody. A collective breath, deep breath. This is going to be special. Sending out poems on social media in December as a big thank you, a big thanks to essential workers for their determination, their dedication, and their compassion during the pandemic. Please feel free to print this poem or forward this video as a gift to those you know. So this is my gift. This is her gift to the world on social media. And it's my gift to you for coming here tonight. Today's poem is especially for healthcare workers. It's called Forgetting to Clock Out. See, now I'm not going to read it. The The words are to the right. This is Minnie Bruce Pratt. She's one of the editors of Workers' World. She's a longtime revolutionary and communist, and a poet of note. For those of you in the poetry world, and also was married to Leslie Feinberg for many years, and has survived Leslie's passing. So, dear comrade from Workers' World, here we go.
I'll be sending poems out on social media during December as a
More
big
volume?
thank you to essential workers for their determination, their compassion, their dedication, and helping all of us during the pandemic. Please feel free to print out the poems that are posted on Facebook and forward this video to any workers that you would like to thank for what they've been doing for all of us. The poem today
Rage is awesome.
is especially for healthcare workers, for getting to clock out.
Yeah, Pam Grifter.
I wrote it for my
Gritter.
friend
Rage,
and
of
comrade
course.
Bev Easton, who is a nurse in Buffalo for many, many years, for getting to clock out. On the last morning of getting up before dark, she drives to work and walks through the tunnel, pushing herself like a rattling empty gurney up the long incline. She teaches her last class, pain management, and tells the RNs, only the person in pain knows the level of pain.
Yeah.
She stands in the empty room afterwards by the tangle of lift equipment and looks at how she set to work by age 9, cooking for family, and then in the grapevines, clipping and coiling the tendrils, tying up the green veins and arteries. She is done with all that. She goes into her office and cleans out her desk. The company is keeping her lesson plans, her reports on care, innovation, all the knowledge she made about the best way to take the pulse, the breath, a step. A few women come by and say, congratulations, we'll miss you. 2 friends make her a plaque, working class hero, because they remember the strike of 1983, how the security guards fired from inside the hospital on the nurses, how a car tried to ram through their picket line. That's when she threw herself onto the hood and stopped it. Even the doctors remember that. But neither they nor anyone else lined the hallways as they should have in her honor when she leaves that afternoon at 5:15 p.m. Forgetting to clock out.
Nice. Minnie Bruce Pratt. Minnie Bruce Pratt. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. You know, let's see what else we got here. Oh, Margaret Flowers and a couple folks are headed to Venezuela. Check this out. So they're headed to Venezuela because there's going to be an election in Venezuela. And so here they are. I'm like, all right, let's do this thing. We got our double masks on. We're getting on planes. How are they flying to Venezuela? Who are these people? Gee, they must be important. We arrived in Caracas, Venezuela early this morning. There's a marked difference in COVID-19 protocol. As soon as we stepped on the plane to Caracas, everyone was given a kit with hand sanitizer and a face mask. Also given a larger kit in the airport, and these are in the hotel room. The biosecurity protocol at the airport was excellent. By the way, Margaret's a doctor, pediatrician. Health professionals conducted the screening, and tests were free. Aren't you a doctor? Hand sanitizers, masks, blah, blah, blah. Aren't you a doctor? I forgot to mention, Margaret says, I forgot to mention that the flight crew wore disposable suits. How about that? The flight crew wears disposable suits over their clothes that they can remove when they get off a plane. I actually thought about doing this, but instead I just took a shower when I got back to my hotel room. Have a good trip, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Anyway, you start getting involved in movement politics, who knows? You might find yourself on a plane to Venezuela to bear witness and be a election observer. You might. You might find yourself running. Nice, Margaret chimed in. You might find yourself running a website called popularresistance.org. Let me see if I can find that for us. This, my friends, I would like to draw your attention to if you're unfamiliar with it. So if you've been watching me for a while, you know that Margaret's partner, Kevin, died recently in his sleep, unexpectedly. And she's been doing a ton of work and staying active and staying true to the revolution. But popularresistance.org is one of those websites where I like to tell people to go check out. Now, you may ask yourself, how did I get here? Well, I went to a meeting. I went into a chat room one time. I went into a Twitch stream, and they were talking Marxist-Leninism. Now, here I am years later, doing what I'm doing. Like, right? You don't know where you're going to be 2 years from now, 5 years from now. I promise you things aren't going back to normal. Shit is going downhill. You might as well get organized. You might as well get on the correct side. Just saying. Anyway, Popular Resistance is one of those places that I'm a fan of sending people to go have a look. There we go. I mean, you can read all the headlines there, right? Fascism, America's DNA. Nigerians reject U.S. imperialism. Did Trump order Iran assassination? Fuel shortages in Venezuela. Tear gas for BLM. Red carpet for MAGA. Right? Clearing the Fog. Speaking Truth to Expose the Forces of Greed. It's a podcast you can catch with Margaret Flowers. Kevin used to be her partner on that podcast and in life. Anyway, it's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of good people doing a lot of good work. So, Twitch is not the only place to go to find cool stuff. Obviously, you know that, right? Oh, you let somebody the dialectical historical materialism handout? Nice. Now, I wonder about that. Which one was that? Did we use Trotsky's or Stalin's or someone else's? Because there's a lot of good handouts. There's a lot of good handouts. Let's go to workers.org. And then let's go to classes. And look for, see, what was it? Cadre class. What is it here? So if you're interested in Marxist-Leninist thought or understanding, just go to workers.org. go to workers.org. It's a fantastic resource where you can learn about all sorts of good stuff. Here, let me do that. Sorry. Do 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 do. Where am I at? Firefox? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. I see. Sorry, friends. I'm trying to get me to the right place, but I've gotten a little confused. I think I'm tired. So this is what I want. I want, yeah, I'm definitely tired. Sorry. Yeah, when I start doing this, so I'm gonna wrap this up. It's already 5:23, so I'm gonna wrap this up and we'll rate out. I don't know who you want to go see. If you have a thought, put it in the chat and I will rate them out. But let me just plug this real quick. So you go to workers.org and click on the part that says classes, and there's all sorts of resources down here, educational classes, things that we use for our candidacy classes. They're basic classes addressing many of the foundations of Marxism and Workers' World Party. What is a cadre? Candidate requirements, comradely relations. I need to read comradely relations again because I'm not always so comradely. The history of the party, newspaper, communist organizing, the national question, and the black struggle, reparations in the black struggle, LGBTQ2 plus, and sex, gender, and sexuality liberation, dialectical and historical materialism. Let me hit that. Show more. See what we used. Oh, there's a lesson plan. Did you show them the lesson plan? Oh, hi, Pim. So I'll get to your question in a second. I'm trying to wrap this up. Trying to just, anyway. So if you go over there to workers.org/educational and look around, there's so much good information. Democratic socialism versus revolutionary socialism. If Workers' World had a Twitch presence, if they had I should say, if we, had enough cadre who were interested in this kind of work, I think Twitch would be a great place to agitate from and educate from. Hey, Juche Gang, how are you? Good to see you. China and socialist development, deep organizing and introduction. There's a class on Lenin, on state and revolution. Anyway, that's at workers.org. I am literally, obviously fading really hard here. So, who's out there, my friends? Who's out there that we should go right into? Who should we go raid? Because I can't even think anymore. I'm done. Put a fork in me. Put a fork in me. Let's see who I'm following. That's live right now. Vortus. Oh, Carpe's on. DJ as is, but Carpe's on. So, question: Do you want to see a DJ, or do you want to see Carpe? I kind of want to go see Carpe. We haven't seen him for a while. Let's do that. I'm asking you, but since there's a delay and I don't know and nobody said anything, yeah, let's go say hi. Let's go say hi to Carpe. I'm toast. I think is the word. Isn't I'm toast. I just crashed really hard. It was the poem. It was Minnie Bruce's poem that put me in such a nice put me in such a nice mood. All right. So it was an unexpected Friday. I'm not normally here on Friday, and I have a new layout, and I thought I'd have some fun and screw around, not try to be too serious tonight. While I got used to the new layout, obviously I found some bugs, and thank you for your help with that, with the audio and such. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it, and I will see you maybe on Monday, either Sunday night or probably Monday, likely Monday. But let's all go in and be nice to Carpe, and cheers. Build a worker's world.
Damn right you are, Lord Virtus. You are fucking good for the world. Thank you for that. And this is, can you dig this?
Can you
a sub
dig it?
And a raid. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
Thank you, Pinko, for coming in with the raid.
Yeah. All right, I got to turn my.
You are fucking awesome.
You're awesome.
You are fucking good for the world.
You're good for the world.
And thank you for bringing your 14 folks over here.
Yeah.
Hello, comrades.
My pleasure. So this is what his looks like. I'm going to make him.
She sarcasm clapped to Dawn. I know. That counts for a little something.
So that's his overlay is fancy. And my overlay, not so much. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah.